For this video, we'll take a look at how students will use the associative property of addition in Unit 5. The main standard supported in this video is OA3, where students apply the commutative and associative properties as strategies for solving addition problems. This unit has 29 days, and from the unpacking document, our focus for the associative property is for students to understand that the grouping of 3 or more add-ins does not affect the sum. So for example, if a student was asked to add 2 and 6 and 4, the sum from adding the first two numbers, 2 and 6, and then adding the third number, 4, would be the same as if they had added 6 and 4 together and then brought in the 2. So students would be able to see that 6 and 4 equals 10 and add those two numbers before adding 2 would be our goal as we're looking to start moving fluently through addition so that they can start to bring in that friendly number of 10. But regardless of the order, that their sum would still remain 12. Based upon their experiences in kindergarten, students have reversed the add-ins for making partners for 2 add-ins. So this would be kind of stepping up from their previous experiences. Some students will still need a lot of use of manipulatives as they start to trust this process to realize that if the 2 and the 6 are put together first and then the 4 is brought in, their answer would still say the same as if they had brought the 4 first and then brought their 2 in. So as students continue to build trust with adding 3 add-ins, they may still need manipulatives to support that. Some students will be ready to bring in quick pictures so they can start to see that it does not change their sum if they put the 2 and the 6 together, giving them 8, and then they brought the 4 together with that 8. They would still have 12 for their answer, versus if they had gone ahead and used the friendly combination of 10 and then bringing in their 2 to combine those, they would still get the same answer of 12. So some students will still need manipulatives as they start to gain trust of moving through these. Some students will be ready to move a little bit quicker with their drawings. And then hopefully, since they have done a lot of practice in kindergarten looking for different combinations to find 10, those numbers will start to jump out at them. This will be utilized as one of their strategies in story problems starting in lesson 16 as they start to move with larger numbers in addition story problems. So one of the things they can do is continue to use those quick pictures. And another strategy would also be to bring in the number line to support those drawings as they're kind of ready to start moving a little bit more fluently through breaking apart those numbers. So for example, if a student was working with a story problem where they were adding 27 to their 9, hopefully our students would start to be able to see that if they take that 27 and had 3 more, that would then make 30. So still keeping with those quick pictures, and wanting to keep them organized, something that hopefully they are bringing up from kindergarten, we can take 3 to make this now become our 30. And then we would need to take these 6 that were left to give us an answer of 36. So one main thing as students are beginning to use this is to make sure that their drawings are very neat so that they don't miss that single one that's up there and giving them an incorrect answer just based upon their picture, and hopefully starting to see those combinations come together. As students become more familiar with this and are wanting to bring in a number line, they can also use that strategy to help them as they are starting to use those numbers to see if I have 27 and I add that 3, they're fluent enough to know the 7 and 3 is going to give them another 10 to put them at 30. And then the last thing they would have left would be the 6, which would end them at 36. So again, we want to make sure that we are using the quick drawings. We are using manipulatives if students need those to help them in model finding the same answer. We will want to point out that regardless of whether they use a number line, they use quick drawings, or they use manipulatives, our answers should be the same. So if we're noting an inconsistency, we need to go back and double check our work. And for students with those inconsistencies, you're going to want to let them be able to continue to utilize manipulatives as they build trust with larger numbers and transition to quick pictures and number lines.